We will look now what is Manasam karma in terms of prayer. Generally, what goes under the name meditation is this Manasam karma. The classical definition of this Manasam karma, otherwise called Dhyanam, Saguna Brahma Vishaya Manasa Vyaparaha. I am giving this definition so that we all understand what is classical definition of meditation. There are different forms of meditation and all of them are fine. They have their own results. But the classical definition would be Saguna Brahma Vishaya Manasa Vyaparaha. Vyapara, activity. Manasa Vyapara, mental activity, mental action. So, every mental action doesn't become Dhyanam. Therefore, it has to be defined further. Saguna Brahma Vishaya. Vyaparaha Saguna Brahma Vishaya. This mental Vyapara, mental activity, has its object in Saguna Brahma. Saguna Brahma is Ishwara. Brahman with gunas is called Saguna Brahma Ishwara. That is the altar, the object for mental activity. Look at the definition. Saguna Brahma Vishayaha Kayika Vyapara also. So when you do puja, a ritual of worship, it is Saguna Brahma Vishaya. But it is Kayika Vyaparaha. In that Vyapara, Vak is involved, organ of speech involved, mind involved. Saguna Brahma Vishayaha Vachika Vyaparaha. Oral activity, Saguna Brahma Vishaya again. Mind involved, organ of speech involved. About which we saw last time. Then Saguna Brahma Vishayaha Manasa Vyaparaha, mental activity. Same, Saguna Brahma Vishaya. So mere mental activity won't be classical definition of meditation. Suppose I go on looking at something, imagined or set up. It's not the classical form of meditation. It may also be helpful, that kind of meditation, like you can observe your own breathing. It is a wonderful thing, it is, to compose yourself. You watch your own breathing process. There is no better technique to compose oneself than watching one's own breathing. The logic is very simple. I am the watcher. The one who watches is me. And what is watched also is not something different from me. So the conscious me is watching an involuntary activity of myself, the breathing. And therefore I come back to myself. It is something we do make use of it in the seat of meditation, but only to compose myself. But I don't call it meditation because we have a classical definition. To arrive at the meditator, dhyata, that would be the most ideal technique. To be quiet, to be composed, to be myself, free from tension, that would be an ideal technique. But meditation is that meditator who is composed, who is free from tension, naturally free from tension, one is, by just shedding all our concerns, etc., makes me free from tension, because all tension is all picked up. To be myself is to be free from tension. About this we will be talking later. So this person relates to Ishwara mentally. This relating is meditation. Saguna Brahma Vishaya Manasam Vyaparaha. I need to invoke Ishwara either in an altar or in a word. I invoke Ishwara and then I keep relating to Ishwara either through an act of worship. In an act of worship, there are many steps in our culture. We first, just asanam. That's our culture. That's why I said it's a cultural. Asanam. So we don't give a chair. We give an asana, a pita. That's our culture. Sitting culture. That's why every Indian is half a yogi. In the sense, everybody knows a few asanas. Naturally growing up, you sit cross-legged, and it is a kind of asana. You sit erect. It's all asana. And so this asanam you give, it's our culture. When somebody comes to your house, you offer the person seat, then offer the person water to wash his feet, padyam, asanam. Then afterwards you do upacharas, then entertain the person with food, water, etc. So wine is not a part of it. It's our culture. It's not a wine culture. Chandanam, kumkumam, pushpam, all these are used in our ritual of worship. Elaborate. But all this you can mentally do. You sit there, cross-legged. If one cannot sit cross-legged, one sits on the chair. Samam kaya shirogrivam. The body is perpendicular to the base. The body means the trunk, neck, and shiras, griva. This is the body they're talking about, kaya. Samam. Unless one needs to lean upon, no harm. One can lean upon a chair. One can put down the legs if there is any difficulty. If one can cross leg, this is the posture. Then looking straight. Disascha anavalokayan. This is a very interesting advice. Don't look at quarters. Means what? Don't look at this side or don't look at that side. Don't look up, don't look down, look straight. This is what is said. Eyes can be closed. Hands can be brought together. Fingers clasping each other. Thumbs touching each other can be brought to the lap. You have a very clean posture, good posture. A posture in which you can sit comfortably for a muhurtam. Muhurtam is 48 minutes. So if one can sit comfortably for one muhurtam in a given posture without changing the posture, limbs, etc., then comfortably, of course. It is called Siddhi, Asana Siddhi. One has accomplishment in terms of sitting posture. By practice, it is accomplished. It's not a difficult thing. The eyes, when you close, one you make sure the eyeballs are not crushed, the upper eyelids are consciously brought down to touch the lower, softly. You can see in a statue of the Buddha, Mahavira, or any Tirthankaras in Jain temples, the upper eyelids are presented by the sculptor without any line. They carry no lines, no crease. Why? Softly closed. It's very beautiful. I love those sculptors. They knew exactly what they were doing. The Buddha is all peace. But just in the eyelids, they have brought that out. One can deliberately, consciously bring the upper eyelids to touch the lower softly, to command that kind of inner absorption quietude. You can see by doing a few times, just closing of the eyes consciously. If it is done more than once, 2 to 3 times, closing, opening, closing, opening, in the form it is to be done, softly, upper eyelids touch the lower, no lines on the upper eyelids. Remembering the Buddha statue, you will get a good freedom from tension. To make yourself more and more free from any dash of tension, we need to follow a few steps. I need to keep the external world external. Bahyan sparshan bahikritva. Who am I to keep the external world external? Already the external world is external to my senses. The trees are external to me, the mountains are external, everybody is external, father is external, mother is external, spouse is external, children are external, in-laws, thank God, are external. In-laws means in-laws, all in-laws, even daughter-in-law included, understand, son-in-law included, every in-law, all are external. Who am I to keep them external? When an advice is given with reference to this external world, asking me to keep the external world external, it looks very clear, obvious, for at least a thinking person, it is very obvious. Certain things are not only external, they are internal. We do internalize a lot of situations. We do internalize people. We should learn how to keep people external. The mountains are external, and they are not bothering you as long as the mountains don't bother you. If they bother you, they are external and internal. The trees are external, the sun is external, The moon is external, all stars and planets are external, and Jupiter is external, but somebody told you your Jupiter has not come to the right place. When he comes to the right place, you will have Guru Balam. When you have Guru Balam, you will get married. Then Jupiter is internal as well as external, correct? And therefore, so I can keep them all external. When I don't want them to be different, in many things I don't have agenda for any one of them. Therefore, when I think of mountains, I am quite at peace with myself. Not mountains give me peace, but I create peace for myself because I see myself a non-wanting person with reference to those mountains. A blue sky doesn't leave me wanting, doesn't evoke in me the wanting person. These are all situations that I love to have because not all the time I am able to see myself not wanting. When I look at all these people, I become a wanting person. When I look at some people, I become a wanting person. Why not they behave differently? Even religious people, when I see them, I want them to be a little more kind and compassionate and friendly. With all other religious people, I don't see them objectively all the time. I see myself a wanting person. But I should be able to so just keep people in their own spaces, and for which I need to give people freedom to be what they are, even though I want them to be different. I need to allow them to be what they are and bring about changes, desirable changes, desired changes, if I am convinced about such changes are really good and good for them, good for us. I can do whatever I have to do and pray for it also instead of feeling helpless, so that I keep them outside. An acted upon wish is no more a source of frustration. When you don't act upon a wish, feeling helpless, then it turns into frustration. We have to act upon every wish we have. Nothing wrong to feel that the person should behave differently. There is nothing wrong. But then I do what I can do. When I find I am helpless, I don't remain helpless. I pray for such changes and allow them to be where they are. And I am at peace with myself. Correct? We should learn more about this. When we meet next, we will learn. Thank you.
Guru